Good day to you all. I'm Ken Lord, a member of House of Bread Community Church. Thank you all for joining with me once again. I hope that these devotions have been inspiring and challenging to you and have helped you to set your eyes upon Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. So, on day 5 of this 7-day Easter devotional series, here I am, still maintaining my position way up here in the sky, in spite of my family members' suggestions to change the scenery, because I hope that it would be a constant reminder to you that God is bigger than this universe. And though the stars, our planet, and the billions of people within it are dwarfed by his presence, he still wants you to know you in a very personal way. So, our devotional theme for today is titled A Pleasurable Crushing, God the Father's Wrath on His Son, based on Isaiah chapter 53. This chapter provides us the most exhaustive prophetic account of Jesus Christ as the suffering servant, prophesied approximately 700 years before his actual crucifixion. I felt that this was a very appropriate message for us to meditate upon, considering that today is what is recognized as Good Friday. By the way, have you ever wondered why they never came up with a more appropriate name for this Friday? Some pretty horrible things happened on that day. The crucifixion and all the brutal events leading up to it was a bloody mess. Wouldn't it have been more fitting to call it Bad Friday and Good Sunday? Well, for the sake of time, I'm not going to read the entire chapter 53 to you, but I urge you to read it for yourself and note that the suffering person being referenced to is none other than Jesus Christ. There is one particular verse in this chapter that has always perplexed me, as it has for many others who have attempted to grasp its meaning. It's found in verse 10, and here's how it reads. But the Lord was pleased to crush him, putting him to grief. If he would render himself as a guilt offering, he will see his offspring. He will prolong his days, and the good pleasure of the Lord will prosper in his hand. What is so puzzling about this verse is how Isaiah states that the Lord was pleased to crush him, putting him to grief. The Lord, referring to God the Father, was pleased to crush him, Jesus the Son. Huh? Wait a minute here. This word crush is not a word to be taken lightly. This isn't translated as light discipline, a spanking, or a timeout. This Hebrew word dakah means to crumble, to beat to pieces, to destroy, to humble, to oppress, or to smite. This is a severe punishment imposed on Jesus the Son. How would Jesus be crushed? Well, he would suffer the full impact of God the Father's wrath, both physically and spiritually, taking upon himself the weight of the sin of the world. That is a pretty heavy weight. I can't begin to imagine how many megatons of sin that was. What's even more baffling about this is why the Father was pleased to crush him. How do we reconcile this? Perfect harmony and love had always existed between God the Father and God the Son. There was no anger or bitterness between them. Even John 3:35 says, the Father loves the Son and has given all things into his hand. With this kind of perfect relationship existing between them, in the eternal absence of animosity, it would be more logical to think that instead of it pleasing the Father to crush him, it would break his heart. Isaiah 53:10 would make a lot more sense to me as a human being, with my very limited brain scope, if that verse said, the Lord was heartbroken to crush him. Isn't this how we feel as parents when we're forced to discipline our child whom we love? Heartbroken when we inflict consequences and then observe the sadness and tears flowing down their faces? Well, there may be some exceptions. I mean, if our child was constantly acting like the Tasmanian devil of rebellion and constantly resisting us, there might arise within us a sinister pleasure to administer chastisement. After all, drastic circumstances call for drastic measures. Yet, Jesus, the perfect Son, was willing to receive this crushing quietly, humbly, inviting the punishment with no resistance or rebellion. And God the Father was still pleased to do it. What was the foundation of his pleasure? You see, the pleasure was found in looking beyond the crushing, the bruising, the crucifixion, and the bloody mess of that cross to the glorious outcome of it all, which was the resurrection of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for the eternal atonement of his people. To Jesus Christ, it was truly worth the crush. So I leave you with this thought to ponder today. Does it cause us to honor Jesus even more when we think of how he so willingly submitted to receiving the severe punishment that was to come? And lastly, how willing are we to submit to God's will, no matter what the outcome might be? Till next time.